it's Aja. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about me retightening my micro locks, my DIY micro locks, because I did it myself. I installed these by myself. Look at these. Look at these. Look at my hair. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. You can't tell me otherwise. You would be wrong. Objectively wrong. My hair is fabulous. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. But today I'm going to be showing you guys how I retighten. Now granted, I actually need to be retightening them sometime soon, but the footage that you're going to see is actually from like 6 weeks ago, the last time I retightened my hair, because, you know, things happen like this with YouTubers where we film something a long time ago and then we never upload it, but the opportunity finally arises and I can upload it. The words are hard. And then the opportunity finally arises that I can use that footage and upload it later, which is now. So that's gonna be old footage, but it's solid. It's still good. I'm making this video today for my friend Misha. She specifically has requested for me to teach her how to retighten her own hair at home. And if you're new here, I make videos for adults who are looking to change something or pivot in life or make a new start, try something new, and I just want to encourage you guys to do that. So one of those new things might be doing your own hair. Maybe you don't want to pay a professional to do your hair no more, you want to do it yourself. Well, DIY Queen over here will tell you how. I'm going to show you. I actually have an old video of me retightening my hair, which you could click on here, just so you can see if there's any differences or improvements that I made over time. But this is how I do it now, and I'm going to show you. In case anybody's wondering, how do you know when to retighten your hair? Well, everyone has a different, qualifying statements, right? Some people retighten their hair based on time, every 6 to 8 weeks or every 4 to 6 weeks or whatever like that. Some people do that. Personally, I retighten my hair based on growth. So when I can fit my thumb through the roots, so let's take a lock here, right? And bam, there's my thumb fitting through the roots. So because my hair can do this right now, that is how I know it's time for me to go ahead and retighten. For me, I go by that much growth. If my hair has grown out that much to the point to where I can fit my thumb, that's my fattest finger, through the roots, then I say, okay, it's time. I personally don't go by a time schedule of like 4 weeks or 6 weeks or blah blah blah, because hair goes through different phases of growth. Sometimes it grows faster, sometimes it grows slower, and you just don't want to be up in your hair too often, you know what I mean? So like, for example, if I retighten my hair every 4 weeks, but in 4 weeks this time it's only grown out enough to where I can do half a rotation or one rotation, well then that would be a waste of time and energy, and it would also be a little extra stress on my hair that it doesn't need. So it's just me, but I suggest you do the same thing because I think it's a good thing to do. Maybe. So I'm showing you here, my hair is mostly done. On the right side of the screen we see a finished row. On the left side is an unfinished row, and the difference is not really that obvious. Like, it's not really that clear, but you can just see more of my scalp. And then underneath that is more finished row. So right here, this part in my hands, that is what I have left to work on, and that is where I'm going to show you guys a 4-point rotation, a 3-point rotation, and a 2-point rotation so that you can see. And that's just me showing you like my thumb can fit in my roots. It actually wasn't fully in my roots. Like, I could have waited longer to retighten, but I was ready. I had time, so I did it then. But anyways, first thing you should do is separate out the lock you're going to work on from the other locks. You definitely don't want to accidentally pick up hair from another lock and accidentally combine them. Then you just thread a lock through the tool you're using and start. I always start going forward because I know I would have never ended in that direction, and it stops me from accidentally creating holes in my locks. So I always make sure that the first stroke is forward, and then I go sideways, and then I go backward, and then to the opposite side. And that would be a 4-point rotation. Actually, I will show you again on a different lock because this one I didn't have that much left to do. Okay, so we're gonna do it again with the next lock, all right? I put it through the eye of the needle. I mean, it's not an actual needle, it's a blunt needle that I'm gonna use. And I always start going forward, as in towards my face. And then I wanna go to a side. Any side will do for me. I don't care if it's clockwise or counterclockwise. For me, it doesn't matter. Then I will go back ways, so towards the back of my head. And finally, I would go to the opposite side than where I went the first time. And that is a full 4-point rotation. And then there's still room, I would go around again, but only if I feel that there's enough room to go all 4 points again. If there's not enough room to go 4 points again, I'm not gonna try and go through all 4 points again, right? I don't want to over tighten my hair. So if I think there's only room for 2 more points, I'm only gonna go to 2 more points. As long as I don't end going towards my face, then it should be fine, right? I wanna try and end in a direction where I can lay the lock down in the direction I normally part my hair, and then go on to the next one. So thread it through the needle, and then the first stroke will be forward towards my face because I know that was not the last place I left off when I stopped doing my hair, right? It's very important that you push up towards the lock when you're doing this. I'm gonna try and show you guys that part again. This is so you don't create holes in your lock. If you don't push your roots towards the lock, what you're doing is you might create a loose spot. So it's gonna be interlocked and then have a gap and then interlock again to the roots. You don't wanna accidentally do that. So make sure whenever you start, you push up towards the lock and then start retightening. I'll try and show you that again. So as soon as I thread it through, I'm gonna put the needle in going towards my face, and then I'm pushing up against the lock and then I start. I hope that description kind of made sense because the last thing I want to do is confuse you, but this is one of those aspects of retightening that I found to be surprisingly really important. Is right when you start your retie, you always want to make sure you push all the loose hair towards the root and push all the tightened hair towards the lock, just so you don't accidentally create gaps or holes in the retightening. Okay, so for the last time, I'm going to show you a 4-point rotation and then we're going to move on to 3-point. So start going forward, then to a side, any side, then backward, then to the other side than where you went before. Okay, and then you'll notice after that, I don't necessarily continue going in that same clockwise direction. That is simply because I don't think there's enough room in my root left to go 4 points again. And I still want to land where the last stroke is laying my hair in the direction that I part my hair. So that's why. So I want to show you guys real quick before we go on to the 3-point rotation. This is what I do when I have loose hair. So hair that does not grow with the lock, like I usually do around my edges. So first thing I'm gonna do is define my part. Again, I can do it with my finger because that hair is really thin, doesn't take much. And then I start twisting it. And I did reverse the direction that I was twisting. There's no particular reason for that other than I felt more comfortable twisting this way, so I did it. I don't know if there's a way that you're supposed to do it, but this is just how I do it. And then I rub it a little bit. I feel like that helps it to stay in place. And then I start my retwist as usual. So thread the lock through, start going towards my face, and yeah, retighten as per usual. You can kind of see me considering whether or not to keep going, but I decided not to because I don't want my roots to be too tight. And that's a row finished. Yay! Okay, this time I'm going to show you how to do a 3-point rotation. I'm still going to start going forwards toward my face, but ignore that first thing. That was just to make sure that I don't create any holes. From now starts the 3 points, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 2, right, back to 2, then back to 1. Oh, just kidding, I'm done because I don't want it any tighter than that. Okay, let's do it again then. I always start going forward because if I forget which side I started on, I could create a hole by going the same direction again, right? So I always start going forward and then 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Unless I'm scared that it's going to lay back that way. I don't want it to lay the opposite way, right? Because this is the direction I part my hair. So I'll stop there. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. That would be how you do a 3-point rotation. You'd go 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. I hope that makes sense without me perfectly demonstrating it because my hair actually could have waited a little bit longer to be retightened, but this is when I had time to film the video. All right, next let's look at a 2-point rotation. So again, I always start going forward. It doesn't count. It's just to prevent holes. Then 1 to the side, 2, going back, 1 will be the same side as before. 2 will be going back. I'm sorry, my camera died, so let's just show you that again on a different lock. Thread it through. Going forwards. And then 1, 2 to the back, 1 the same side as before, 2 towards the back again, if I wanted it tighter I'd go 1, 2, 1, 2 again and again. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called a 2-point rotation, because you just go back and forth in a sideways, a backwards, a sideways, a backwards. I don't have much left. I have this little tiny row left to complete my hair, so I'm just gonna speed through it real quick. The rotation I prefer for these small locks in the front is actually the 2-point rotation, but I'm really just gonna do whatever I feel like. Sometimes it'll be 2 points, sometimes it'll be 3 points. Personally, I don't see that it makes a big difference, and you can see my locks are pretty consistent in size. You can't tell where I started a 3-point or a 2-point or whatever rotation because I change my mind all the time and there's no difference to me. But if you find that there's a difference or a preference you have, of course, do what makes the most sense to you. Oh yeah, so I get through these retightenings by watching marathon shows that I already know have an ending or something, so that I just can watch the whole thing straight through, back to back, bunch of episodes. So this time I was watching Lost, and a character that is near and dear to my heart just passed away, and I'm a crier. I'm a crier. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yes, my hair does need to be retightened again now. By the way, I know I don't really have to disclaim that I'm not wearing makeup today, but it's the internet. And I just want to disclaim that although I'm not wearing makeup today, please do not make any comments that might negatively affect my confidence, because I'm on here today without makeup on because I feel pretty anyway. Sometimes I don't, and if y'all drag me for being ugly, I'm not never gonna be on here without makeup again. It's not gonna just make me put on makeup, it's gonna make me stop making videos. And not just me, like, don't do that to people. Because I may have a pretty decent amount of confidence myself, so I'm comfortable, so I'm okay. You can probably drag me and I'll probably still be back here next week anyway, but some people don't. You never know what someone else is going through. Don't comment on people's looks in a negative manner on the internet just because it's the internet. It's not cool. Don't do it. Alright, so that was it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like it. If you like my hair or things I do with my hair, or if you found this video to be helpful in any way, I highly suggest that you go ahead and check out my hair playlist on my channel, because you can see my entire lock journey. You can see the different ways that I style my hair. Are Microlocs versatile? Tune in and find out. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. So, bye! 자기야, 내가 이 두 개를 너를 위해서 준비했어. Oh. Cringe. The egg yolk. Oh, God.